Happy end of September and beginning of fall. It was such a busy summer and we're finally able to get back into the fall routine. I spent my summer running for the first time in my life, trying to run more than a mile. I'm up to 3-mile runs now. Being home with the kids while working full-time, taking lots of long walks in the forest and soaking up nature as much as possible, and trying to enjoy our summer. Now the seasons have started to change. Fall is here. We're back at school. Work is busy, ramping up for the holidays. And back on our debt payoff and budgeting journey too. Does anyone else get more energy in the fall? I have so many things that I want to try, so many project ideas. Maybe I'm just trying to distract myself from the holiday season anxiety and house hunting anxiety, but I've been wanting to increase my running. I've been wanting to try more baking and more recipes, and all kinds of things are on my to-do list this fall, which I need to cut back on probably. Before we dive into the budgeting and finances, I just want to say a quick thank you to Luisa Jewelry for sponsoring today's video. They are running up to 25% off sale on their pieces on their website if you click my link down below. And they sent me these gorgeous, sparkly, delicate, beautiful pieces that I've been wearing every single day since I've received them. Probably my favorite pieces from Ana Luisa so far. I just love how delicate they are, yet also eye-catching, but not like too much. Just perfect holiday vibes, just a little bit of sparkle to catch the light, and so pretty and so lightweight. The earrings I've been wearing every day, and I have just forgotten I've had them on because that's how lightweight they are, which personally I love. I don't like when they kind of drag on your earlobes after a while, so I absolutely love these pieces, and everything I've gotten from Ana Luisa so far is just beautiful quality, long-lasting. All of the rings that I've received, all of the necklaces have held up perfectly, and yeah, just gorgeous, kind of basic but everyday pieces that you can blend in, but all of them have a little something special and unique to them, so absolutely recommend Ana Luisa Jewelry. Please click my link down below and you can go see their sale. So thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while since I posted my last update, and the seasons are changing now from summer to fall, and I just felt like it was a great time to kind of get back on track with my budgeting updates and pay a little bit more attention to my finances. And I just wanted to update this channel with my progress. So welcome if you're new. My name is Ordinary Everydays, and I usually post about my debt payoff journey and my savings journey and personal finance stuff. So if you're on a similar journey to me of trying to pay off your debt and get in a better financial spot, then please join along, and I hope you enjoy the updates. They might be a little boring to some people, but I think that seeing how everyone handles their money is always interesting to me. So I love following along with other channels that kind of delve into the details of what they're spent on for certain months and where they're at financially. So come along and if this helps motivate you, you're welcome. So it's been a while, as I said, since my last update. The last update I did was in May of this year. We had a very busy summer where I have to work from home. I had the kids home with me. My husband was out of work for a little while, and it was just very, very hectic. I started trying to learn how to run because running is free. So I've been working on my running, my exercise and fitness, and in the meantime, just staying very consistent with my finances. So the good news is my husband has found a new job. He's back at work for about a month or two now. It's great. It's everything we were hoping for. So I'm very, very happy about that. And now I feel like, I guess because of that, I feel like I can really get back down into really budgeting and really getting more serious again, instead of just being on, like, I guess, survival mode in my brain with me being the only income contributor. Now we are sharing that again, and we've made a lot of progress in the meantime, though. I'm very grateful that I earn enough that I'm able to continue to make progress while being the only earner. But now we're sharing again. He's back at work. I feel so much relief about that. And now hopefully that means we can make some really good progress here. So let's jump in and compare to May and see how far we've come since then. So let me go back to my last video, and this time I'm screen recording. Hopefully this works. It's just a little bit easier of a setup than trying to record my my desktop, but I'll try to make it cute anyway. So this is my last update showing where I absolutely first started with where I was at in May. So in May, I had paid off one of my car loans in full. I was left with, and we paid off a bunch of other stuff too, but by May of this year, I had one credit card and one car loan. My credit card was at a balance of $6,202.18, and my car loan was at a balance of $16,814.49, which are these here. I'll just highlight that. So that left me with a total debt of $23,016 back in May of this year. And that was quite a bit down from where we started in May 2023, where we had, I had 2 credit cards, a financing loan that I was paying off, and 2 car loans, all under my name. So yes, in a year we paid off $13,000 of debt. So going from May to now, let's see where we are now. Here I'm trying to catch back up with my monthly budgeting. But where we are right at this very second, my car loan is down from $16,814. My car loan is now down to $15,479. And my credit card is down from $6,202 down to $2,893. So huge difference there. And this was as of the end of September. And I'm going to continue to update since then. I've made more progress since then in the month of October. But by the end of September, we were down to $2,893 on the credit card. So my total debt went down from $23,016 down to $18,373. So very happy with that progress. I've just been staying as consistent as possible over the summer, and we really haven't. We didn't do anything that extravagant, or except we didn't go on vacation this summer. We mostly just hung out around where we live, go to parks, hang out with family members. We did a few activities, and so September, I think, my husband started back at work at the end of August. So September was the first month where I did feel that little sense of like, ooh, we can have fun, a little bit of fun. And I did, I think, spent more than I thought I would in the month of September. But yeah, overall, we made really good progress over the summer. So anyway, let's jump into the details. And then I have a whole other rant when we come to the savings aspect of things, which is also going well. But anyways, so in the month of September, I started off with 4,000 in my checking. I ended with a little over that, for 4,700, which is a high balance for my checking. And in October, I wound up allocating that to different accounts. So, but that's where we were at in September. My income was 6,661. I gave 600 to my husband so that he could catch back up again after being unemployed for a while. He also has a credit card that he's working to pay off, and we're really allocating a lot of his funds to do that, to fully get that paid off as fast as possible. And that's what that money is going to do. And so that left me with a total income of 6,061 for the month. And here at this top bar, I'm trying to track my income minus expenses to see like where everything is going. It's just challenging for me to wrap my brain around sometimes. So this hopefully is going to help me do that. So for fixed expenses, we're still renting. So this is a whole other conversation when we get to the savings, but we're really thinking about buying a house, and the real estate market right now is just really tough. Like, I'm so jealous of people that bought before the pandemic when real estate prices like doubled out of nowhere. And interest rates are kind of going up and down. They were down for a little bit, now they're back up again. But we do have some money put aside for a down payment. But at the same time, with our rent where we are now, we're living below our means. We're still able to save up money and pay off debt. So I'm kind of stuck trying to figure out when is the right time to buy. But anyway, we're still renting for now. Our rent is around $2,500 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment in a very nice area of where we live. Internet is $70.22. Electric was $2.50, which is a little high because where we live in the Southeast, it's hot, and in the summer we have to use air conditioning. Our car insurance and renter's insurance put together was $301.91. Our phone bill was $171, and that left us with a total fixed expense of $3,315.24, which I have here. So we have 6,062 minus 3,315, and then we're going to continue to subtract all the spending from there to see if we can add it up correctly. And then for variable expenses, here, instead of doing my budgeted versus my actual at the top, I'm splitting it out by what I put on my debit card versus what I put on my credit card. And then I paid off some of my credit card throughout the month. So it's tough because I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, things don't fully add up. I have to get better at adding things up cleanly. I don't know. I mean, I'm doing the math right, but I think there's like some little returns, some little auto transfers to savings that I haven't accounted for, but the numbers here are not fully, like, it's just not fully equaling, and maybe I'm just a bad accountant, but I'm trying to figure out where things are slipping through my fingers on this. But on my debit card, I usually put most of my spending through my credit card, and then I pay it off in like lump sums throughout the month, plus a little extra to keep my balance down. So for my debit card, I only spent $90 on some birthday gifts, gift cards, and then also here, I have just like a little fun money Robinhood account where I basically am gambling with stocks where I might put like $5-10 every month. Very, very, like, very little money. But it adds up over time. I did a $5 transfer to that. And the rest of this was like gift cards or Venmo payments for birthday brunch. It was two of my sister's birthday in September, so we went out to brunch, coffee. I got them gift cards to some of their favorite places, and part of that was on my credit card. Part of that was on my debit card. So on my debit card, I only spent $90 in September, which is really unusually low. And then the rest of it I spent on my credit card. My groceries bill was very low for September, only $692. I think that's because I did a huge Costco shop right at the end of August, and we also ate out more than we usually do. And then my husband being back at work, he contributes as well to the groceries. So I only spent $692.40 on groceries in September. Subscriptions was high because our Amazon Prime renewal hit. So with that, plus I think we're subscribed to one or two like Prime Video channels. Total subscriptions was very high at $155.33. Clothing, we just got a few items here and there for $114.10. Just like workout socks, workout tank top, things like that. Very, very little. I think I did most of my back to school clothes shopping for the kids back in August before they went back. And then I did another shop for them earlier in October. But September, I didn't do much clothing shopping for them. For school, I spent $120 because they had a fundraiser, and I spent $60 per kid on the fundraiser for school. I think I was feeling a little generous because, we had a little extra money coming in again. For gas, very low, only $22.39 for the whole month. I work from home. I really don't go that many places, so I usually don't have to fill up that much. For eating out, we went a little higher than usual, which again, like historically, this is not the highest I've ever spent on eating out, but I think throughout the summer, we like barely ate out at all from what I can remember. So I think we're feeling a little celebratory with my husband being back at work. So we treated ourselves to a few meals out. And as well, I met up with my sisters for brunch and coffee for their birthday. So that was fun. That's why coffee out is so high. That was me covering the coffee with my sisters. Beauty and bath, $60.98, for the basics. And for birthdays, $50 for a gift card. Family fun definitely went a little bit higher. So I took the kids to a bouncy house festival where they could, bounce on a bunch of bouncy houses. And then my daughter also wanted to go to like a convention for like a comic convention. So I took her to that, and she bought a vintage PS Vita. She loves like little vintage consoles, video game consoles. So it was a little expensive, but I just felt like just being a little generous. It was definitely a little expensive, but it was a really fun day out for her. And then she and my son both are getting a lot of use out of the video game console together and having a lot of fun playing stuff on there. And it's better, in my opinion, to be on a vintage video game console with no internet connection than it is to be on the iPad all the time or like online. So whatever, it's fine for me. For other, I forget exactly what that was. Let me see my notes here. For other, this was a bunch of random stuff off Amazon. My husband got like an additional memory card for our PS5 so we could download more games. Like that's one thing we did this summer is we gamed a lot as like a family because it's something you can do at home together, very cheap really at the end of the day. And he got her some more art supplies off Amazon, and then the Amazon payment is to my credit card. So that's why I went there. But It was just a bunch of random little odds and ends from Amazon. And then that brings us to total variable expense of $2,100 for the month, which ideally I'd like to keep it down closer to the $1,500 mark so I can make faster payoff progress on my credit card. But $2,100, I guess, is not bad. But I think, so what's confusing to me is that, okay, so let's go to the debt payments. So I started off with, I did a $300, automatic monthly payment on my car loan, and I paid off $2,000 from my credit card, which we spent $2,010 on the credit card. I paid off $2,000, but my balance went down. So I'm thinking there were a couple refunds here as well that I haven't accounted for. Something not fully adding up there, but I did lower my credit card balance throughout the month by $217, which was kind of a break-even month. We didn't really make a huge amount of payoff progress on the credit card, but it was still some progress. And then altogether, my debt went down by $486 between both of those payments. And then moving on to the savings. So for my cash savings here, I wound up taking out $345. I think this is an accident because I paid one of these payments, like transfers to my husband, accidentally through my savings account instead of my checking account. And I've paid myself back since then, plus some. But my cash savings went down by $345. So for my cash savings, I'm trying to save up for when we eventually move. So a lot of that will be for a move, like if we buy a house, moving to the house. It's also just an emergency fund for if we have a car emergency or a healthcare emergency. Although my new job also has an HSA card that they auto contribute to, so I'm thinking I might have to add a new line here for my HSA because the balance on that is actually getting quite high because my job is generous and contributes to that for me, as well as me contributing some out of my paycheck. So that's one less like crazy emergency that we have to worry about, like if we have to go to the urgent care or something like that. But yeah, I do want to have like minimum $5,000 in my cash savings, and then I want to start putting extra into my high yield savings, I think. The 529 plans for my son and my daughter, this is their college savings funds, are at $871, $771. So slowly contributing to these. I think I'm also going to up my contribution to their college savings at some point, but since we're house hunting, I want to figure all that out beforehand. My stock, so I have stock left over from one of my jobs I haven't touched since leaving that job. It's just been in the market, and it's stressing me out because all of this money is on a single stock and the performance of that stock. So it's could go up, it could go down. I've been leaving it because it has been going up and up and up. So this went up by $1,000 in 1 month to a total balance of $26,000. So if we do buy a house, this could be part of the down payment or closing costs on the house. And then my high yield savings, I haven't touched at all, and it's just been going up from interest alone and not because I've been contributing to it. So this is currently at a balance of $35,334, and this is absolutely for a down payment. So I'm altogether, this is around, $60,000 worth of down payment closing cost money, and I'm trying to figure out if buying a house right now is the right thing to do. The house interest rates are quite high, and it's just, we have been looking off and on. I'm just not sure if is this a good time to buy in the market? Or the housing price is gonna crash at some point. I mean, me and my husband both grew up during the 2008 housing recession that I think anyone who's my age saw their parents or someone's parents struggle with that. And I think it gave me a little bit of like stress about eventually doing that ourselves. But renting forever is also not great. But where we're at now, like if we were to buy a house, like most likely with the mortgage, the insurance, the taxes, that would probably come out to, at the very least 3,000, maybe up to 3,500 a month. So instead of right now, we're paying 2,500 for our rent plus our water bill plus our sewage. Like this is all of that together. Imagine if this went up by $1,000. Like yes, we'd be owning our own home, but our total like budget would be a lot tighter. So long term it would be better, but short term it would be a lot tighter. So I'm really trying to like weigh this out in my head. Like, is this a good idea? So if anyone has advice I think the advice I've heard is just like, yes, owning a home is totally worth it. But like right now, because we're renting, if we have any maintenance issues, anything that goes wrong in our apartment complex obviously covers all of the repairs, all the fixes. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We're in a great school district. We're living way below our means, so we have the additional money to put towards paying everything off. And I'm just not sure what the right thing to do is. I'm just not sure. I think buying a house might be the right thing to do, but then I get worried, like, what if I get laid off? What if I lose my job? What if my husband, like, there's so much up in the air. Like, I work remotely. A lot of places are going back to work in person. I don't think my job is going to make me move or lay me off because I'm remote. There's a lot of remote people at my current company. But it's also not a great economic environment right now. Like, things are not super profitable. There's layoffs everywhere. So I have like a lot of that anxiety and stress where I'm worried if we buy a house and then 6 months later I get laid off from my job, like what are we going to do? Like, like it would be so expensive that even if we were able to rent it out to someone, we wouldn't be able to rent it for a price that would cover the whole expense of the house, probably because of how much we're able to put down on it and how much we would owe every month on it. So I'm just really scared about that. So if anyone has advice about house hunting or what the right thing to do is, like, I'm open to that. Please comment down below whatever you think. It's one of my number one things I'm stressed out about all the time. But anyway, in good news, my 401k finally hit 100K all together. So that was really an exciting milestone. And overall, my 401k went up by $3,500 in one single month, bringing my total savings up by $4,480 in a single month. Obviously, 401k we're not touching until retirement, and I'm just putting money away in there and doing it hopefully the right way. So I keep doing retirement calculators too, and I'm not sure if we're like behind, if we're on top. It's just so hard to figure out all the things. I think I'm overanalyzing everything, and it's just so stressful. But anyway, so that is where we're at as of the end of September. I'm going to continue to update, and I need to think of my financial goals right now. I think, obviously we're getting so close to paying off my credit card debt in full. That's definitely my first goal, which we're so close, especially by the end of October. We're going to get closer and closer. And then my goal after that is beefing up my cash savings so that if we do buy a house, we have plenty of money for down payment, closing costs, moving, breaking the lease, having a little extra in case there's emergency fixes or repairs when we buy the home. And, or alternatively, if the worst happens and I do get laid off from my job. So Anyway, that's it for today. I'll be back in a little bit with an October update as well. And yeah, please definitely click the link down below to visit Ana Luisa and get your discount on beautiful pieces of jewelry. So I so much appreciate them sponsoring me, and I so much appreciate you guys watching this video and subscribing, commenting, liking, and all those good things. So I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.